This episode of the Who Asked Podcast is rated PG-15. We are not Disney or the BBC. Apologies for Darko's crackly mic. This was an improv episode and was not expected. In future episodes, there should be more visuals and better mic quality. Shout out to Phil.
That is a good reference. That is a very good reference.
Boom.
Fine,
What?
I'm back.
Hello, Chad.
Did he say bugger?
Did he say bugger?
Yes, he did.
Yo, that is our Harrison vibe. Shout out to the person who made this. That was amazing. Right, well, we're talking about something interesting before we were talking about what we thought about Jodie's run. Oh, for fuck's sake.
You can have whatever you like.
Fuck off! We're talking about Jodie's
run.
Season 11, wasn't it, we were talking about? Phoenix, you've been rewatching it. What do you think so far? What are you thinking about it, my boy?
It's better than it's better than the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna like series 12. I can't really remember it, to be honest. But like on second viewing, it wasn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, like, Jodie's run's okay, but... I mean, it's like... I think... Yeah.
The Pating episode was fucking trash, dude. I hated that.
Yeah. I think my favorite part of that episode was the pregnant man. I don't know about you guys. I think the pregnant man was very good. Very good
yeah,
cast.
that's one of my highlights. Absolutely.
Oh,
loved
hell
it.
yeah, man. Did any of you guys actually remember Series 11? Or was it 10?
It was 11.
It was 11, yeah. No, 10 was like... That was a... top series. So, I think Series 11 was good quality for what it was.
It was good camera work.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
mean,
I'll
like,
say.
I enjoyed the camera work. But I think the important question here is, what do you guys think of Ncuti Gatwa so far?
Well, I think Ncuti, like him, he's very charismatic, very likable in the show. He's got good chemistry with Millie Gibson, but he doesn't. I don't know if he doesn't feel fully doctorish, if you know what I mean.
Oh, aye.
He sort of, yeah,
Like,
I know he sort of needs that moment
Yeah.
to feel like you're up against someone
Yeah.
who's really. He did have that moment briefly in Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's sort of like, I feel like he is the most doctorish in that story, even if he's just stuck on a lap
Yes.
line for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. But yeah,
That's-
generally I like him in the show, but you know,
I really
he's
like
not
him. I'm with him, but I
the
know
most
what you mean about
doctorish.
doctorish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I would say another problem with him is, I suppose it's not really specifically him, it's sort of shared with Ruby. It's because like it feels like their relationship is developing really fast.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah, she got
fast.
a TARDIS key like straight away.
Yeah.
That's hard to ski. In the
facts.
first episode, we're all talking about take me back to June 2024. What happened to those 6 months?
Right?
I think
Yeah.
this. I mean, we're only a few episodes in, but I think this season's kind of suffering from the fact that there's less episodes than usual, or than there were in like earlier years.
Yeah. The other thing I would say about Ncuti, right? I like him. I unironically like him.
Yeah.
It's just I'm kind of he's cried like 3 times and he's had 4 episodes. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like in the first episode in Space Babies, when he got jump scared, he literally hugged Ruby. It's like it's meant to be the other way around. Like the Doctor's seen all this stuff. He's seen Daleks. He's seen Davros. He saw the genocide of Gallifrey, and he's scared of a booger monster.
Very scary. In comparison to Jodie, I got more of a Doctor vibe straight off the bat.
I agree. Like after rewatching Jodie, like she's actually kind of annoying. The one thing I picked up on, she kept saying things like when something happened, she was like, "Oh yeah, that reminds me of the time I met Houdini and he told me undo chains." And it's like, that
what?
reminds me when I went to this planet, and like it's like, yo,
It's like,
you're just telling us, like show
us, yeah, stuff like that.
The Doctor's always kind of done stuff like that where he says, this reminds me of, when I met insert name of historical figure here.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the classic series sometimes would do that, so it's not like
a 2 out of
it happens happens multiple times an episode, and it happens like frequent. And I get it because David Tennant used to do that. I think even Matt Smith did it, but like it's so annoying because it's just constant, and it's like, yo, just show us an episode where you meet Houdini. That would be cool. I want to see that.
Yeah, like I think I know what you're getting at. Like, with some doctors, like you can tell they've been on many adventures and shit like that. And like with Matt Smith, for example, like you saw all of his like bad shit adventures, and then he mentioned stuff that's happened in his past, and it's like, all right, cool. But like when you're introduced to a doctor who hasn't really done much. And then they just like say like, oh, there's this time when something even more exciting thing happened, and you don't really see that in the episodes. It's like, okay, yeah. It's like
she did
bro,
it in the
I did
Norway
it.
episode.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'd rather watch that. I think it was about sheep. She says something in 145 years that there's a sheep and human disagreement and there's a big war. I was like, I'd take that over whatever the fuck this episode's about.
Yeah. All right, let's do a season. Is it series 1 or season 1 now, Doctor Who? It's season 1.
Season because of the Disney Plus.
Oh, the Disney.
I'm still calling it 314.
Yeah, I was gonna say. If you look at the cinema listings for the season finale, they listed down series 14.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's like so many sources, so many news articles, even like fairly official ones, can still refer to it as series or season 14.
Yeah.
It's season 1.
It is season 1, right?
Yeah. I looked it up on my
That'd be
TV.
really confusing. It's like I'm watching season 1 of Doctor Who, 63, 2005 or 2024.
Yeah, I mean, even
the one all the way back then. Yeah.
I also calls it season 1. And it's like, I'd rather you guys called it series 14. Disney Plus can call it season 1 if they want.
True.
I noticed that it's completely separated from New Who. Like, you have from Eccleston to Jodie as one thing on BBC iPlayer. Then they have a separate thing called Doctor Who, and it's season 1 with Ncuti Gatwa. It's like,
and then you've also got Classic Who as well.
They're doing that with IMDb as well. There's like 4 Doctor Who's on there. There's the original series, there's the movie, there's Jodie, and then there's RTD2.
I hate to say this, and I'm gonna get a lot of shit for saying this.
Right.
In my head canon, like I acknowledge obviously all the previous Doctors, but my head canon goes from Eccleston to Jodie, and like even Ncuti now. Like I acknowledge the stuff that's happened in the past in Classic Who, and I do like Classic Who, but like in my head, it feels like a reboot from Eccleston, and that's kind of where my head canon is.
Yeah.
Soft reboot, I'd say it was.
Soft reboot, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know where you're coming from. I think that's what they were making fun for when they brought it back.
Series 14, let's go for it. Space Babies, from a scale of 1 to 10. Where do you think that lies? 1 being bad, 10 being good.
0.
Solid 0.
I think it's about a 3.
A 3.
A bit more generous, but it's still a bit meh. 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 4.
I'd say 5, 4.5. Chad, what are you saying?
For what?
For Space Babies. Well, for that episode.
Well, what is the rating out of 10?
1 being bad, 10 being amazing.
Yeah, I guess I give it more like a 2.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I forgot the Church of Ruby Road. What do you guys think about that? 1 or 10?
It's better than Space Babies, so like a 4.
Yeah, I mean, like when it first aired, I didn't really like it, to be honest. I think it's just because.
Rating this on?
I'll give it a 3.
Ruby Road. I am actually quite kind on this. It's a 7.5 for me.
A 7.5.
Really?
Damn.
But are we comparing this? Are we comparing this to all Doctor Who, or just
No,
Ncuti?
we're not comparing it to all Doctor Who. We're comparing it. We're just saying like as like Ncuti's
Okay.
first series so far. Like the Church of Ruby Road, I didn't like it at first because of like it was off the back end of the 60th. I think that's why I didn't like it at first, because like we just
Yeah.
did that whole thing with Tennant and shit, and it's like I think there
Well,
should have been a bit of a time period between that until the Christmas episode, but it was just too close. I think that's why I didn't like it at first.
I heard somewhere that the Church from Ruby Road was originally meant to be a part of the specials. And that's why it's I don't think it's even episode. I think Space Babies is episode 1 for Ncuti.
Yeah,
Ruby Road is more like a special.
yeah. Well, Christmas special, yeah.
It's like this the preceding special before the series.
Yeah. So yeah, Space Babies is a 2. Ruby Road is a 4, I guess.
I think the musical
I
numbers
would
have revamped Doctor Who, personally.
I could not disagree more.
Oh, the Goblin King! Yes, the
I
Goblin King!
Church of Ruby Road it's right down the middle for me. It's like 5 out of 10, like average.
Yeah. I'll have to
fair.
watch it again. I'll have to watch. Chad, what you saying?
I thought you said
I guess like a 3.5.
3.5. Did you guys not
What's
like
next?
the musical number?
no.
No.
Oh, are we on
I
page 4?
didn't like that musical number.
No.
The other one, but we'll get to that. That's actually no. It's the
It
next.
just
It's the next
doesn't-
episode. It's the next episode. Sorry, go on, Felix.
It just doesn't fit in Doctor Who musicals. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool. Like, if it was an episode when they were on a planet and like maybe the Devil's Chord, right? And imagine the whole thing was a musical like Sweeney Todd, and the reason that it was a musical is because this alien made it happen. You know, that would be acceptable, and cool. But like just random like fucking musical. It's Millie's first
Yeah.
episode. She's singing like. Is that canon? Like,
yeah.
to the doctor and the TARDIS, like, oh, do you remember that time when that goblin only ate a child and we started singing? It's like, okay.
I don't know. Like I meme about it, but like, yeah, it does seem a bit out of place. But I can appreciate the artistic intent for trying to like bring something new into
Yeah.
the series. Even if it doesn't work, it's like, okay, yeah, I can see what they're trying to do. All right, the Devil's Chord, is that the episode after Space Babies? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. All right,
It's all right. Like,
all right. I really like that episode. Actually, I think that's gonna be a 7.5 for me.
Ooh, I'm a bit lower. I'm a 6.5.
Oh,
I'm like a,
damn.
let me
But I
get
still feel this is like sort of like boundary between good and shit.
mid. Yeah.
Mid.
I think
What's your rating? Mid.
Once it hits 6, it's all like it's decent, it's
Yeah.
good, it's great, it's marvelous, fantastic, etc.
All that.
I think there's Jodie episodes that are better than it. But we're not comparing it to that, so I think it's 5. It was a cool concept. I think it was weird, but the one thing that the redeeming qualities for it is bringing back the giggle, you know, the toy maker, and now there's a bit of lore and like canon and world building around him, which I love because it reminds me of Bad Wolf and how Bad Wolf appeared everywhere, and now we're getting all these legions of the giggle, you know. So I think it's cool. I just didn't. Yeah, right. I just again thought it was a weird episode. The other thing I have to say about Ncuti's run is there's been so many fourth wall breaks, and I'm not used to that. Some people have been saying that it's something to do with the toy maker, and he's put the Doctor into like a TV show or something. I don't know, but the fourth wall breaks are kind of throwing me off. So it's 5.
Yeah. Chad, what are you saying?
I would I don't know. I guess I give it like a 4.5. I mean, I did like the lore that's in it. I didn't like some of the stuff that was in it.
6.
Ah.
I liked it better than Space Babies, but I thought the whole Beatles thing's kind of a wasted
Yeah.
potential.
It was.
So
Yeah.
what was the villain called again? The
Maestro.
Angry
I
kid.
didn't like the Maestro. I don't like
Oh, bugger.
campy villains in Doctor Who. So the Maestro just did nothing for me personally.
Yeah,
So.
me too.
But I did enjoy it more than Space Babies.
Yeah.
Me, fuck me, dude. Timeless Child was better than Space Babies.
Hot take.
I wouldn't go that far.
But you know, man. Like, defense this episode. It's like the old saying goes: "There's always a twist at the end."
Oh,
There's always a twist. There's always a twist. There's always a twist at the end. Yeah, man, it's a guilty pleasure. I enjoyed it. But I liked
what did you rate it?
Maestro. The Maestro. Oh, did I not say it? I thought I said
you said a 7.5.
7.5. Yeah.
Oh, I said 7. Yeah.
Yeah, but and then I don't know. Beatles was definitely a fucking wasted potential.
It was a massive waste.
Our famous song. I have a dog. He's named Fred. I've got a dog. He's not dead. Or something.
Yeah.
There's like a theory. I've seen some people say that if we're just going back onto the thing about the time jump, was that Devil's Court was supposed to be later in the series, and they moved it up to episode 2, so that maybe at Disney's suggestion or something, so that they could capitalize on.
This all felt really early.
Let it be released, and obviously with that episode featuring the Beatles,
Yeah.
at the time as any. I don't know how true that is. It might be bullshit.
To be fair, no, it felt more like a penultimate episode, so like a second, like the one before a finale, because of that scene where Ruby floats in the air and it's snowing. Yeah. And I was like, and then we had, was it 73 yards after? No, it wasn't that, was it? It was Boom after that. Boom just felt like completely out of place, like next to that. It felt like Boom should have came first,
That would have been interesting episode actually to start on.
Anyway, I digress.
I'm digressing as time goes on. Okay, Boom. Boom is the next one. Stephen Moffat returns with a bang or a boom. What do you guys think?
A flop.
Well, a flop. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and then I remembered it was Moffat writing this episode. I wouldn't rate it as better as the last one. I wouldn't rate it higher.
I preferred Devil's Court.
Yeah. Too.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was an interesting episode.
Yeah.
Like, it had me curious, but it was just kind of boring.
Too much romance that went nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
that was so forgettable. Like...
Me and Chad align a lot on our Doctor Who taste.
Yeah.
So whatever he says or I say, it's probably the same. Yeah. But yeah, I would give it a solid. I can't remember what I rated Devil's Court. Whatever I rated Devil's Court, it's less than that. I think I rated it a 5. Let's say I said it's a 4.5. It was just boring.
I guess it went by quick for me. It felt like there should have been more, but like I'm gonna say around 5. I want to give it a bit more credit. Okay, 5.5. I'll say 5.5.
I'm not sure whether I'd give it a 7 or an 8.
Oh,
damn!
I'm not giving it a 7.5 because 0.5s are the cowards way out.
I'm
going to give it an 8, actually. I'm going to be
I'm with you on this one. I think I'll give it an 8 as well. I thought it was very strong.
Oh, we love Moffat. Sorry. Ooh, Moffat, please.
I just I'm just reflecting, like, if you know how like you can like go back in like in your memory and you can kind of see things. Yeah. When I think of episodes like I can literally see it start to finish. Like I can see where it started and ended. With Boom, I remember the Doctor and Ruby coming out the TARDIS. The Doctor being like, alpaca, settle on mine. Ruby out. And then some priests come over, some Anglicans, bruh. The Church of England comes to the rescue. And then they talk for a bit. They waffle on. An old lady ambulance comes. And it ends. Yeah. I don't remember much of it, to be honest. Like, it was just kind of nothing. It was a nothing burger for me. But I mean, I understand how you guys rated it an 8 at the same time. I just didn't do much of it.
5.5 because
I thought like Richard.
I don't really want to suck it off,
That's a lot lower than that's what you'd give it, Dan. A bit surprised. But
I mean, it was a good episode for what it was. Oh, fucking hell. That's going to be my go-to. It was good for what it was. But I enjoyed it. It's just, I didn't know. But it was a Moffat episode. Take that as you will.
What did
But
Chad
no,
say?
Moffat is
Yeah.
good when he's not running the show.
Moffat.
When he's just writing a standalone episode,
Why is it always?
it's good. It's only,
Yeah, I was going to say, why is it always the go-to? It's like whenever the show seems like bad in people's opinions, it's like, oh, and then the old showrunners come back. It's like, oh, they're going to save it. And it's like, no. Do you not remember their faults as well? I don't know. I think it's a weird cope. Okay. It's a weird one.
I'll do that.
I guess I rate it a 5.
A 5, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I like the premise. I found some of the stuff cool, and if you watch behind the scenes how they filmed it, not really filming it on location, using what like the Mandalorian used, I found that cool. But it is Stephen Moffat, and I'm like, it's no Blink. I'm sorry, it's not Blink.
Yeah,
It's
felt
very
like
hard.
You're a
Blank.
one-hit wonder, Moffat. Just
I'll
fake
be honest,
it.
I think. I'll be honest.
Dude, I did like Moffat's run, but it's not
Wait.
Blink.
I like some
did
Moffat episodes.
did Belch just say he didn't like Blink?
No, I'm just saying. Saying if something's overrated doesn't mean you don't like it, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't even hear you.
I know that's right, but I do think it was a bit a smidge overrated. Smidge.
It's very overrated.
definitely.
Smidgen, just a smidgen, a smidgen.
Mitchell.
It's very
maybe it's
overrated.
More than a
Some horror
smidgen, personally, but
Yeah, dude.
Maybe it's
All right.
because I'm a
I thought
horror
it was a
fan.
good episode.
All right, we're going down another
Okay.
rabbit hole. We are towards the end. It's 73 yards. The recent episode before the midnight tonight. For us.
yes.
What do you guys
I
think of
found that
73
one-
yards?
I found it more mid than even Boom.
Even more mid. Even more.
Oh nah,
Oh,
we
man,
disagree now,
yeah.
Chad.
Oh yeah.
You made an enemy.
This is it.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was.
Jack, this is it.
Dude, I just look.
Right.
Look. Okay, I
Okay.
have my reasons, but we don't even know what happened to the doctor. Okay,
Yeah.
like he
Yeah.
just disappeared,
Yeah.
and the TARDIS
Yeah,
was locked up,
Good?
and and I was just like, okay, the doctor like stepped on a string,
Voodoo magic.
Yeah.
Very perfect.
and
I
then like, yeah.
No, you continue, man.
No, I was just saying though, like he stepped on a string, and then like it just being Ruby in the end. I was just like, really? That's
Yeah.
it. So-
I enjoyed it more than Boom because it was very reminiscent of Donnie Darko, and Darko, so it's one of my favorite films. But
yes, we know.
yes, you are.
We know, Phoenix. We get it. I mean, Darko. Fuck. Sorry.
But that-
Continue.
Yes, we know who you are.
That Prime Minister thing, isn't it? Harriet Jones, Prime Minister.
Harriet Jones, Prime Minister. We know.
Like I said, the only good thing I found about it, which was very weird, is that like the Albion Party, and that's like the town I'm from. So I was like, what the fuck? But
Yeah. So I like I enjoyed it. I think it had a very strong start. It had me really curious. I've never been that like kind of glued to Doctor Who in a while, where I'm like, yo, what is this about? Like this is like a mystery, and I want to know, you know. And but like Chad said, there's a lot of questions that didn't get answered, and I'm kind of frustrated.
yeah, exactly. No, I agree, man. Because like for the while, like I was glued to it. I was like, wow, this is actually good. But like it all fell apart for me at the end, being it was just Ruby.
Yeah, it
And
felt like
somehow
it
she could travel back in time.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what? To stop
yeah, exactly.
this? And that's what it was. It was stopping like the bad guy the long way around. And I was like, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it?
so, like some media that's left open ended, like Donnie Darko, like even Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't know what that film was about. Like he was the main role, he doesn't know what the film was about. Like some media is good when it's got a lot of open ended questions, but I think there was too many for such a strong start of an episode. You know, we had this mystery character of this old lady. She kept teleporting. I don't even know what the hand gestures mean. Like, if that was Ruby, why was she making those hand signs? Like, what was she doing?
Yeah.
What did she whisper to the people that made them scared? You know, if that was Ruby,
That's what I mean too.
what was
Like
going
it
on?
didn't make any
What?
it didn't make any sense.
Me-
Like,
Actually, sorry, go on. Whoever was talking.
Me.
I think it's
So may I offer a rebuttal? So
Yeah,
Doctor
go
Who, I don't know if you know this, but Doctor Who is a television series. About television series is there are things that are explained in later episodes.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, we get that.
Do you think though, like they
Like
will
that.
revisit this, or was it a throwaway episode? Like,
Which I don't really
because
know.
I think it's a throwaway
feels like-
episode. I'm going to say it's a throwaway
it
episode.
feels like it's established some lore. It
Yeah.
feels like it's done some world building with that potentially being Ruby's fate in the future. Because I honestly, I was watching it and I thought, wait, is she already getting switched out for that other actress? Like, I honestly thought it was going to end with the new companion,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it didn't, and I was like, what the fuck? Was this meant to be the finale? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've got a bit
but-
of a disagreement with
I'll
what's
give it a
being
6. I'll give it
said.
a 6.
Is that
Yes.
okay? Okay, so if I got to put my
Yeah.
serious hat on for a second, you guys are saying like there's not many answers like answered. The ending was pretty confusing. You know, and you don't know what you're saying. But I think that's what makes the story good. It leaves
Yeah,
you
I
with a lot
agree,
of
I agree.
questions and stuff like that. Where did the Doctor go? Why did the TARDIS lock and stuff like that? What forces were at play? But I think it's best not knowing the answers, because that's what made it so good, like the unknown sort of thing, instead of like
Yeah.
trying to put logic into it.
I
I-
agree
I-
with that.
I agree.
Phil.
I agree.
Thank you,
But-
darling.
My whole thing about that is I agree with you to a point, to when they
Yeah.
revealed that was Ruby. Then
Yeah.
it was like, what? If it was just some crazy old lady and it was left at that, the Doctor vanished and this lady, like, sure, like that would make sense. But they revealed it was Ruby. She somehow traveled back in time, and like it's kind of like a, what the fuck am I watching? You know, I love
Yeah.
the
Because there's
episode. though.
always a twist at the end.
Oh,
Yeah, boy.
I mean, I've been told that this is an episode that you should really just focus on the vibes rather than just because if you think too hard about it, it all falls apart.
yeah.
I don't know, man.
I enjoyed
like
it.
I'm with Phoenix, to be honest. Like I was like, to an extent, I agree with it, but also I'm kind of like, okay, here. If this is Ruby, this makes zero freaking sense.
Yeah,
Why
that's my
would
point.
Ruby
So that's what makes it good.
make her mom stop talking to her? Why would
Yeah.
she do
So-
that?
yeah.
if
So
it is
she could
Ruby?
prevent herself from like, you know, doing the same thing again. Maybe it was like a time loop sort of thing. Again, just fear.
I don't know, man. Like
Like,
the hand gestures and everything, it just and also
I-
like don't step for like 70 years. Like
Yeah.
what?
yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I think the only thing that ruined it was revealing that was Ruby.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
if they left it open ended and it could have been Ruby from the future,
Yeah.
fine. You know, I'd love all the fans to theorize about that and how that happened. I think revealing it was the weakest point.
Yeah.
So I'll give it. It's probably the strongest episode out of the bunch. Like if I really reflect on it,
Ooh.
Space Babies, Ruby Road,
Yeah.
like boom. I think for me, as like a mystery kind of horror fan, it was probably about a 6.
Damn.
I'm not going higher than fucking 6 for this though. Like,
I
think
yeah,
I-
I'm going for an 8.
Yeah.
I'm going for an 8. Pretty high for what
Dang.
it was.
I guess to me though, it would have been like I agree with Phoenix, because I'm like, what if this could have been Ruby's send off? If you think about it, it kind of was the
could have
perfect
been,
way.
yeah.
If you think about
but honestly, it had like Rose Tyler vibes, you know, when she was like,
it, like if this thing is just following her, which obviously is not just a woman, since when she was on the train and everything, it was like in everywhere, so it's obviously
Yeah.
something supernatural. It would have been the perfect send off. And if the other episode ended with like the next episode opened with the Doctor like having to try to find his way back to the TARDIS, it would have made a good plot.
yeah, and it really did feel like a send off. The bit when she said she came back to it in the Jeep and she was like, everybody always leaves me, but I've always got my friend. I was like, this is it. Like they're gonna fucking recast somebody. I honestly thought that was Millie's last episode. I genuinely did, and I was just like, anyway, I'm ranting. What Phil Bausch, what are you saying?
I thought it was decent. You know, I'm not raving about it as much as other people have been. Like just outside of this
Yeah.
little circle here.
Right.
I know what you mean. There are a lot of unanswered questions, like Ruby. Like, how the hell was she able to travel back in time and all of that? You know, there's the things there. I just find all the Roger Williams stuff really.
Are you on about the
politician.
fascist guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
what's
I
the
was
point
gonna
of this
say,
guy?
the story was
That
going
whole
good
plot
until it was like,
completely-
politicians bad. It's like, right, okay.
It's completely separate from everything that happened before.
Yeah,
This is not. This was meant to be. This was
no.
meant to be a full short episode, and then it turned into a spy politic.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Alright, I'm gonna put mine down to a 7. I've just remembered the fucking politician, I'm gonna be honest. Oh,
Jack,
man, that
right.
was, yeah, that was Russell's, like, fucking, like, thing coming through. It was like, I'm writing a
This
good
is such-
story.
it's
Oh, wait,
such a
I hate
wonderful
politicians. Let me put
story.
this in the story. It's like, what?
It's just like he's such a one-note character. He was just so like, I'm a politician. And I've got
I pressed the nuclear
control of
button. Ooh.
nuclear. I've got the nuclear button. I can hit that if I want to.
Fun
Yeah.
fact. His insignia, like that little logo of the A on it,
Yeah.
is a parallel. Like it is a real world parallel to the British Union of Fascist logo. It's exactly the same color scheme, and I was like, it seems a bit unnecessary, doesn't it,
Yeah,
for Doctor
And
Who?
fucking hell, you are not kidding. I'm looking at the.
Have you seen it?
I'm looking
Yeah.
at the BUF logo right now, and let me just search Albion Party. Doctor Who.
Dude, honestly,
Wow,
It
could
is-
you be any more unsubtle?
this is. And I was like, what
God.
the fuck is the point of this? It's such a
Oh,
weird
God.
thing to add.
Russell.
Honestly, Russell, I know people were raving for him to come back, and he's a great, like, his old stuff, yeah, sure. He's just way too political, and it's getting annoying.
Yeah.
You know, it's really annoying. And I know what I know what people say, you know, Doctor Who's always been political, yes, to an extent, but it wasn't so fucking obvious. It was like, this is just in your face
Subtle writing.
constantly.
There's subtle writing, and then there's like writing where it's like, we don't like thing. It's bad, and it's like, all right, that's very subtle. Like instead of like, I don't know, there are clever ways of like putting like one-liners or something like that into your media, but like once it's like really the main focus, instead of the story, I think that's when it becomes a problem. Personally.
Yeah, I like cool stories. I don't want to be lectured, you know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, fascism's bad. We all agree.
Where's
It's like-
where's
Yeah,
where's
you know,
where's the Time Lord in the police box? Where's that? I don't want to talk about politics. I want to escape from it. I don't want to be like thingy.
It's not all the other people, all the politician stuff is actually my main beef of the episode rather than all the unanswered questions and possible plot holes.
Yeah.
It's the third side of the story that's my main
Yeah.
beef for some reason. I
Yeah,
don't know
no, I
why.
feel you.
Everybody
I feel you.
everybody in this call right now is just like, there's a lot of unanswered questions. What the fuck is going on? And then Robert's just like, that fucking politician. Why is he even there? What's going on?
I know. I agree. It was like, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
73 yards. It was a good start. It was a fucking cool intro.
That's
Mm.
the
So
thing,
the
it was
shot.
great. It was great
Yeah.
for 30 minutes, and then he turns up.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's mad, Jack. The Doctor somehow knows about in a universe that doesn't exist. It's like, okay.
Yeah. The other thing that didn't really make sense is like the village people knew, but
Mm.
then it was like just a myth, and then it was never talked about.
Right?
Like they made fun of Ruby for it, and that was it.
One of the ones that got me was I thought it was really cool. Like the bit when I was like, what the fuck? Is when the unit approached the old lady, which we now know as Ruby, and they ran away, or like they were like, well, I don't think they ran away, but they were like, yeah, like
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Like
Disengage. Yeah.
disengage, that was it. I
He
was
just
like,
left.
is Ruby really stronger than unit? Like what ability?
Yeah.
Right. I actually have done some research into this and about the like hand motions the lady's doing, right? And I know what I know
The
what
sign
stands for.
language.
Yeah. So I know what it stands for. The lady is basically saying, Ruby is not subscribed to the boys. So if
Oh.
you want to not be a social outcast, you should subscribe to the boys right now for more in-depth discussions.
Can I rate 73 yards because
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
won't shut up and let me say.
Yeah, do it, bro.
I give it a 9. I loved it.
High praise indeed.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't mind that there's unanswered questions because, like I say, I think some of them will be answered in a later episode, and even if they're
in a
not,
later episode.
I like.
No, honestly, that wasn't the main beef.
Um,
I'm still. I'm interrupting you.
So, and even if they're not answered in a later episode, I don't know. I kind of like how you can just come up with your own reasons, and I didn't mind the stuff with the politician. To be honest, I didn't have a problem with that. So yeah,
That's fair.
Best episode so far, 9 out of 10.
I agree with Phil. Best episode so far.
Considering the ranting I was on, I am giving it a good score. It's like 7.
Yeah, I give it an 8.
Yeah.
I give it an 8. I think it was pretty good.
Out of 10 in my mind. If you had to put a word to it, I'd say
Politician was a
good.
bit cringe, but it is what it is.
Do we unanimously agree that it is the best episode so far? Like the strongest episode so far?
Still giving that to Boom.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I think
I've got to wait till the series is over until like I can make a decision of like what's the best episode.
Okay, actually, here's a good question, Bosh. Right. I was going to play devil's advocate here.
Devil's cool.
What would you rather rewatch, Boom or 73 Yards? What's got more rewatchability? I'm not saying that makes it better, but like, what would you prefer? I'm just picking your brain.
That's a good question, that is.
I'd rather watch Corey.
It feels like Boom's a one and done. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to influence your brain. I'm just picking your brain. It's like why you prefer Boom.
I guess because I like the tenseness of Boom. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like this space. The majesty. Yeah, of it. Could I rewatch 73 Yards and go for all the politician stuff and thinking, oh, please just fuck off. But it's a feeling
Robert, that's the best take. That's it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Please just fuck off.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck off.
Like, honestly, he's a good actor, and he played him well, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
All right, so what are you guys rating Ncuti's run so far? Do you think it's pretty solid?
Bit too early to tell.
Oh yeah,
too early.
I'm going to say I'm more engaged than I was with Doctor Who in recent years.
I agree with that.
Yeah, like towards the end of Jodie's run, she had some fucking banger stories, and then it continued with the 60th and everything like that. And I think that snowballed into me like actually being a bit more invested in the show again. So I'm not completely writing off Jodie's run. There are some like diamonds in the roughs, but yeah, like I'm a lot more invested. The snowball's still going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's still going, and I'm still like invested in stuff. I still whinge at some bits, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying myself. I am proud to be a Doctor Who fan.
Agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. I completely before people say, oh, it's because they casted a female or whatever, it has nothing to do with that. I just wasn't a fan of Jodie's writing at all. I actually got into an argument on TikTok about this. Like, somebody tried to accuse me, oh, you just don't like it because like she's a female or whatever.
I hate that argument, even when it's directed towards the people who hate Jodie's era. I even hate seeing that argument when it's directed to them.
So dumb.
Yeah.
It's just so an overreaction. It's
one-dimensional too. It's like you can't like this.
That's not to say that there aren't people out there who probably thought, oh, I don't like Jodie's era because she's a woman. The doctor shouldn't be a woman, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It exists, but not everybody who hates Jodie's era is like that.
Exactly. In fact, I've said to the boys that I've actually rewatched the series 11 just to see if I was clouded by like some bias that I preferred Matt Smith and David Tennant, whatever. And I discovered kind of like it. Like, I don't think series 11 was awful. I don't want to watch it again, but it was okay. But when Ncuti came about, again, I thought it's going to be really like political and kind of cringe or whatever. But it turns out the first time I watched it, I kind of watched it. I was like, all right, let's see where they're taking this now. I didn't like Jodie. Let's see what they're doing now. And now I'm actually looking forward to episodes coming out because I'm actually getting invested into it again.
Yeah.
And I never had Jodie. It was just so boring. Like, it was so boring. Like, I hate to say it. Like, some of the episodes are good, but Jodie's run is, I think, like, objectively boring. I could be wrong there, but like compared to other stuff, it is. I don't know. But I'm really liking Ncuti's stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's.
Chad, what you saying?
Hey, well, I think I'm looking forward to that Rogue episode, the one with Jonathan Groff.
Oh yeah.
I don't really know, man. I guess I guess I would rather wait till the whole series is done and then give you my say on his run.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, like, do you think it's more of a solid run than previous incarnations of Doctor Who that was seen recently?
I don't know. I haven't really like felt like goodness since like Capaldi, I guess.
Yeah. I'm dead inside. Yeah,
I
get
didn't
it.
like.
I get that.
Apparently, it's a hot take. I'm not like Capaldi. I just wasn't a fan.
I'll once the series is done, I'll be like, was it good? Was it bad? I'll give you my final opinion.
Yeah. I think it's pretty solid for what it is. Phil, what are you saying? I did it again, baby.
Well, I'm not sure because I mean, I wasn't that keen on the first, Space Babies and Devil's Code, but I really like the next two. So far it's like half and half. We'll see. I'm sorry, my brain's not working. I think it's too early to tell how the series is shaping up because it's been kind, I've liked. It's counting the Christmas special. I liked two of them. I disliked, or I was indifferent to two of them. So too early to tell.
Too early to tell. Okay, that's fair enough. Also, I think we've reached the conclusion here. Yeah, like it's okay so far. It's going good.
Wait, did Bausch rate it?
What Bausch? Did you rate? Did you say if it was good or not so far?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I said I haven't. It's good. It's good.
It's good. There is a brand new Doctor Who audio project we're doing, and I think you will all love it. So please go and check out Doctor Who Cares Productions.
Who the fuck is Dave?
It's bad.
It's absolutely wonderful. Phil has no taste in like any form of media. Just ignore him. Phoenix, what you saying?
I was gonna say, I'm gonna get hate for this too.
Go on.
Ncuti's intro sequence is my favorite of all. I fucking love it, dude.
Of all?
Yeah, I love the pink. I love the pink. I love the nebulas. I love the shots of the tires.
I don't think it's a hot take. I think it's a pretty good intro.
I think it's fucking fire.
Intro, yeah, and it looks better now that they fixed that fucking logo.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm so
I will
sad
say, though,
it's stuck in the 60th.
I don't know if Chad will agree with me because Chad's the VFX guy. I think Matt Smith's, like in the intro, I think Matt Smith's TARDIS render is the best we've had, period. But I prefer Ncuti's.
Yeah, I agree on that. The only thing that bugs me about Ncuti's opening is he didn't really get his own opening. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kind of the tail end
They're
of
going
David.
to use it for 60th.
Because he just took the 60th opening.
Yeah.
They're like, we already spent the money.
Yeah.
Why give another one?
Yeah, it's on the tail end of David.
Oh my god. Oh, it made me jump.
All right.
No, I agree. I think I think it is the best like intro so far because of obviously it's a more higher end one. The more you get what you pay for.
Do you reckon somebody at Disney made that, or do you think it was from the BBC team? Because I remember that Capaldi's one was made by, was it the Matt guy?
It was inspired by a fan.
Yeah,
Obviously,
and
not professionally done, but it was inspired by a fan.
Yeah, it was
Billy
inspired by a
Herschel.
fan. Yeah, and then Jodie's was made by that YouTuber, the VFX YouTuber, I forget his name.
John Smith.
John Smith, that was it.
Yeah.
And I was wondering when I was watching it.
Probably I'm going to say it now. Jodie's is probably my favorite.
It's cool, you know. I was watching.
Oh, that's true, but it just works. It just looks so brilliant.
Yeah, it's fresh in my mind, obviously, because I just finished Series 11 again. I love it. The thing is, I love the TARDIS more than I love the intro. So I'm a bit biased, but I love how I love how they went back to Hartnell and like the old intro style. Even the music is like similar to the classic Who.
Yeah.
But seeing that TARDIS fly, I don't know, it just does something to me.
It gets you excited like it did in 2005.
It gives me a record
it does,
like in 2005.
That's not what I was saying, Dan. What the hell?
All right,
No.
everybody who watches live stream, thank you very much. We might do more of these, might not. Who cares? I think it'll be fun to do tier list. I think that should be the way forward if we ever do like Doctor Who stuff. Because we've done it in like calls, but like I don't know. Comment down below if you want like Doctor Who tier list shit. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun.
The tier list for like previous eras.
Yeah.
Well,
Previous
Tennant and Eccleston. Phil would be, let's do a John Pertwee one. And that'll be meant but I just would not know any of
That's
the
me. That's me. Let's do John Pertwee. All right. Everyone say all right. Shalom. All right. Everyone say goodbye. All right. Bye, guys. Woo. See you next time on the boys. On the boys.
Have a good day.
We're on Scarrow. Someone's in trouble.
I am the Chrono Keeper.
We're in a non-canon event. The last time I saw the Master, he died in Woolworths. And that's how I met Dave.
You guys are the worst Time Lords I've ever met. You don't know what fucking time period you're in. Why are you on my planet? And who the fuck is Dave?